Hey ladies, I am Kayla Penrod for those of you who might not know me. I hit black status in November and I have been with the company for 17 months, and today I'm going to share with you guys on how to truly build elites in our company. And I'm just going to kind of tell you my story a little bit of why I have learned to build elites. So for my first year with Younique, I joined in September of 2014. So within my first year, the first 2 months, I hit the ground running and I hit elite super fast. I hit it in my second month. But in my first year, my team had grown, I want to say 500 was on my team within my first year, maybe 400. And I had personally sponsored close to 70 people, and I had only built 2 personally enrolled elites. And I had 1 other person in my team that had hit elite. Those numbers are horrible. And I knew that if I wanted to get to the top of the company, that I had to do a better job, because our whole company is built around building leaders in this company and building elites. And I knew that I wasn't going to get very far, no matter if I was a good recruiter, no matter if I was a good seller. If I couldn't learn how to build elites, then I was not going anywhere in this company. And so I really had to start looking at what I had been doing for the past year that was not building elites, that was not giving me, that was not helping me produce elites. And the first thing that I noticed that I was doing was I was recruiting great people that were doing the same thing that I was doing. But I was expecting these people to hit green. I was saying, okay, your team is ready. Now go hit green. And I was doing things that a lot of people probably do, like maybe making green, getting to green, groups, and I was giving them tasks, and I was doing all those things, to try to help these girls hit green. But I think I was missing a really key component. And so when September came, I said, I need to change this. I want to go to the top of this company, and I want to hit it by November. So I've really got to start changing what I'm doing. And so in 6 months, I have built 6 new personally enrolled elites, and we have built 10 other ones on my downline, so second, third, and fourth generation. So in 6 months, we've built 16 elites on my team. So I went from 3 elites in 1 year to 16 elites in 6 months. So I want to share with you what the changes were that I made, and kind of how I learned to build elites. So first of all, the first thing with building an elite is the mindset. I learned really fast that you can't push somebody to green that doesn't want to go to green. You just can't do it. You can't say you have the team size, you have every skill that you need to be a green elite in this company. Now let's go get green. If that person is not 100% invested and ready to go green, then you will not create an elite out of that person. So first of all, you have to have people that are 100% dedicated and ready to go green. From July until September, I tried to push a team to green. Like literally, blood, sweat, and tears, everything I could do to push them to green, and it did not happen. I felt defeated every single month, because I was like, why can't you get it? Why are you not going green? And it was her mindset. She wasn't ready. She was not ready. She did not believe in herself. She didn't believe in her team. She did not believe that she could achieve it. So in September, we sat down and we talked, and I told her, I said, look, I'm not going to push you anymore. When you're ready to go green, you'll go green. And so I didn't say anything to her. And about mid-month, she came to me and she said, I'm ready to go green. I want to do it this month. And so something I did on that day that she told me that she wanted to go green, I went to her. I found out who her runners were in her downline. She had 2 really good girls on her team. And I went to those 2 girls and I said, look, Brandy is ready to go green, but she can't do it without the support of her team. And I said, she needs you guys to be the rallying people of her team. And so basically, those 2 girls completely took over. We had a group chat going, and they were cheering everybody on. They were saying, come on, let's get Brandy to green. Let's do this. and they got her to green. And so the second thing that I realized was, if the person doesn't have a team behind them that is supporting them, that is pushing them to green, then they're not going to hit green either. So if you have somebody that that is a good seller, she might, if she sells 6,000 or 7,000, she might get herself to green. But it's going to be really hard for her to hit that every single month afterwards. And so if you don't have a team that is on board with your person that is going green, then you're going to have a really hard time getting that person to green. So something that I started with my team is every single month I go through my team. I know under my personally enrolled who's ready to go green, and I determine that based off of how they're performing in their business. So like the month before, if they finished off the month as a strong blue, if they finished off the month, $5,000-$6,000, if they've been recruiting, if they've been doing the things that are needed for them to hit green, then I talk to them the month before and I say, hey, you have everything that we need to get your team to green. If you're ready to do this, if you're ready to be 100% dedicated to go to green, then we will push your team to green next month. So I talk to them ahead of time. And then I talk to all my leaders on my team and I say, hey, who do you have under you that is ready to hit green? And I explain to them who would be qualified to hit green. They have to have high PRS. They have to have, their team has to be selling. They have to be recruiting. These are things that are required for these people to hit green. So then we get a group together of these girls that are ready to hit green, and we create a group chat, and all of us leaders are in there together with these girls. And something that I realized in the last couple of months is we shouldn't be teaching these people how to run their businesses when they're going for green, if that makes sense. So something I was trying to do, I was trying to take people that were maybe like a good pink or something that were still learning the business, and I was trying to push those people to green. The people that are going for green should be people that you're not having to give daily tasks to, that you're not having to, hey, let's do the 100 no's challenge. These are people that already know how to do these things and that are solid people in the company that you're pushing towards green. Because if you start pushing people who are just learning those things, then they're going to have a hard time maintaining that every month until they do learn those skill sets. And so I found that if you take people who are already somewhat leaders in the company and you're taking these people and you're just pushing their teams to green, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to get those people to green. So anyways, we start these group chats with my leaders and with the people that are going for green. Every month we have probably like 5 to 8 people in these group chats, and then including my leaders, whoever's girls are in there, the leaders are in there with me. And this group is not, its sole purpose is an accountability group and a place where they can support and cheer each other on. So on the first day, we let them know you've been chosen to be in this group because you've told us that you want to go green, and because you have showed that your team is ready to go green. In this group, it is for you to check in every single day. You are to post your numbers every morning, so that you can hold yourself accountable, so that you can see what the girls that are also going for green, what their numbers are every single day. And so we create these group chats, and every day they have to check in. But this is where they build relationships with each other. This is where they bounce ideas off of each other. They say, hey, I'm behind. What are things that your team is doing that you're not behind? What are things that your team's doing that you're able to get more recruits this month? And they start working together and they start sharing these ideas. And before you know it, you're not even having to do anything. You're just basically there cheering them on and saying, okay, this is where you're supposed to be today. Make sure that you're pushing your girls, that you're getting the girls below you to promote, that you're doing all the things that you need to do, but you're not teaching them how to do their business. You are basically cheering them on and giving them the support that they need. So anyways, we've started this every single month, and it's been so fun, so exciting to watch these girls develop into these leaders and just to take charge and to run their teams and to hit green every single month for the past. So we've done that since we really started going strong with these in November, and almost every single group that we've created, almost every single girl in there has hit green. If they have not hit green, they remove themselves from the group earlier in the month. I haven't had to come to them and say, hey, you know, let's push for it the next month. Or they just come to me and say, hey, you know what, I've realized that my team is not ready to hit green, and they're recognizing that because of what their peers are doing and what the people who are also running for green, what their teams are doing, what their numbers are. It really is a great system, and I get so excited about it every month, and I love to see the success that it has. And so what I've learned is that when you're building elites, you have to first help them believe that they can do it, have their team behind them, and help them believe that they can do it as well. And then they need a support system when they're going for that one. It's one of the biggest, you know, promotions in our company that people go for, and they need a support system when going for that. If you have people that are pushing by themselves, then most of the time they're going to give up, because it's a hard promotion to hit, not because it's hard to sell $10,000, not because it's hard to recruit, and it's just a big jump from 4,000 to 10,000, and it really pushes people, and it makes them, they have to believe in themselves. There's no room for doubt when they're going for green, and I let them know that. I'm like, okay, look, if you're pushing for green this month, you have zero room for doubt in your mind. You cannot let one day for you to tell yourself that you're not going to hit green. Every day you have to wake up and you have to say, I am going to hit green today. And you have to believe in that, and they have to continue to fight for that. And I tell them, I'm like, look, if it's the 15th of the month and you're still at $4,000, you still do not give up. You made a goal with yourself. You made a goal with your team that you were going to hit green this month, and you push all the way till the end. You do not give up on the fact that you're not going to hit green. And that's what we do in that group. We coach them along and help them to have a positive mindset and to not give up on themselves. So I hope that this makes sense. And I don't really know if I explained it the way that I was hoping to explain it. But I hope that you can see the difference in what I was doing before compared to the difference of what I'm doing now. And that it will help you guys in your business. Thanks.